Why isn't Melania Trump seen as a fashion icon? Many women are lovely. Very few become icons. Melania was a C-list model, and she does buy the most exorbitantly expensive clothing, but anyone with money may do that. Many do. In order to wear clothing well enough to become an icon, she would also need to be perceived as having an innate, tasteful, uniquely admirable, personal style. And she does not. It would also help if she were socially intelligent, sensitive, and far more thoughtful about her high-profile event clothing choices. Or, if she was naturally beautiful, kind, warm, inviting, curious, cultured, interesting, or had ever been notably good at something. That was not solely self-promoting. Style does not shout. The most important element of having innate taste, and dressing well, means 1 is polite, and always deploys excellent manners. And without fail, always wears occasion-appropriate, and respectful clothing, which cannot ever seem to be rude, or insulting, to your guests, nor your hosts. Deplorably, that is still a no. Icon-esque style is defined by an elegant, elusive cocktail of subtlety. A quietly magnificent woman. A woman of true substance. A woman of grace. A woman who can instinctively inhabit perfect for her clothing in any price range that miraculously elevates not only her look but her entire being. So much so that she becomes what we refer to as style. But she doesn't simply have style. She is style. Most definitely, yet another no. I suspect that it is precisely Mrs. Trump's long-established practice of dressing for high-profile and widely publicized world events, as if it were a costume party or a photo shoot for a tawdry magazine. That will absolutely prevent her from ever becoming a fashion icon. Who in the world thinks Melania Trump is a fashion icon? Seriously, I've yet to hear anyone call her that. She's rich. Period. Rich people can afford nice designer clothes. Just being able to buy expensive clothes does not make you any sort of icon. Her taste is conservative with very little personal flair. She is no more creative in dress than any other wealthy NYC socialite. The one time we got to see Melania express her personality in clothes is when she chose the moment when visiting children orphaned by her husband's cruel family separation policies to declare she doesn't care. About the children? About the press? Who really knows? To choose that particular moment to voice her petty complaints, whatever they were, was the most shameful and insensitive act I've ever seen from a first lady. She has to make it all about her. So petty. That was Melania expressing herself via fashion. It made her a lot of things but a fashion icon. No. Not even a little bit. Putting aside all of my distaste for the woman, here is my takeaway. I seldom see her. When she's out in public, she is far in the background. She makes no effort to stand out. Icons are usually first in line. Her clothing selections are quite questionable. The I don't care coat was in such poor taste that little more can be said. If I were a fashion icon, I'd work to keep my image, not lose it on something so trashy. The few tasteful outfits that she has worn, and that I have seen, have nothing really entrancing about them. They're nice enough to wear, not unlike a mother-in-law dress for a wedding, but they certainly don't appear any more iconish than that. Her dress for the inauguration was acceptable, but again, it had no major appeal or flash. I sew, design, produce and I review sewing patterns. In pattern review, I have seen exactly one dress that had any resemblance to the inauguration outfit. 1. After other inaugurations, I've seen dozens of knockoffs. Obviously, no one was much impressed with the dress. It was nice, but not something others would want in their wardrobe. Icons' selections usually sell by the millions. Her previous modeling work did not feature clothing. If she is an icon of anything, complete body plastic surgery is the first thing that pops to mind. We all have a birthday suit, icon or not, most of us don't wear it in public. Other artsy offerings, such as the White House holiday decorations, have been sad, two-dimensional constructs, with no warmth or character. Red Christmas trees aren't all that attractive. The first year in the White House, the Easter egg roll on the lawn looked like something out of a kindergarten display on the cheap. Lastly, her husband can't dress himself. If I were a fashion icon, I wouldn't be seen with someone with such poor taste in clothing and fit. It would reflect very badly on me. I would insist that he wore appropriate fashionable and fitted attire. If I'm going to be arm jewelry, I better be hanging off a well-dressed arm. No, Melania isn't a fashion icon. She simply doesn't measure up to the bar.